right, how you
Yeah.
feeling today?
Nervous.
Nervous?
Super nervous. I gotta stop moving.
You
Nervous.
good. I mean, good. So just kind of like just give us like a background of who you are, like who is you real. Just kind of just introduce us to who you are.
Uh, so me as a person, creative, entrepreneur. I gotta stop moving. Creative entrepreneur, writer, um, animator. Um, I don't know. At least that's what I see for me.
Yeah,
Um, for everyone else, I guess it's kind of the same thing. Um,
I love it. I love it. You don't have to even go into more detail. You are a creator. You are you. You lay back. You somebody who just like to I don't know, be you, I guess.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so just kind of give us a gist of like who inspired you and introduce us to the Ozone portal. So when did you get started with this process? How did it get started? Who
Mhm.
inspired you to start it? And kind of just give us like a gist of like what inspired you to create the Ozone portal.
So everything in general started off. I want to say like in middle school. So, well, no, I would say even before then. So I would say like when I was a kid, I was playing this game called Ratchet and Clank, and I beat the
It
game.
was called what?
Ratchet and Clank.
Ratchet and Clank.
Ratchet and Clank. It's like this rabbit. It looked like a rabbit. Like I'll show you.
Okay,
It looked like a
I don't
rabbit
know what
thing,
that is.
but
Okay.
it was on PS2, and so I beat it, and I was vibed out with, it, and I was just like, I gotta make this. I gotta make something like this. And so from there, I started writing video games. A bunch of them were trash, so I had to, go back to the drawing board, rewrite. But I started just doing video games all the way up until no, I want to say once I got to middle school.
So you did video games when you were younger, and then
Yeah,
like you were just writing them
yeah,
like
just
script
right.
wise.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. So
was you getting inspired by like different video games you was playing? Like,
yeah,
what video games? Like, what's your favorite video game if
my
you
friend,
think about
Ratchet and Clank,
it?
Ratchet
Or
and
I
Clank.
don't know what that
You know,
is. Okay, so
okay.
I guess maybe I don't know. I thought that was a TV show, but you just
No,
said a video game.
I
Sorry,
think it is a TV show. I think they do have a TV show for it.
because it sounded like a TV show.
It looked like a he looked like a rabbit, but like a fox together. He's yellow.
It's okay. We
You
gonna look
oh
it
we
up.
yeah
We gonna look it
we
up.
gonna show you. So, anyways, that one pretty much everything. I want to say everything. Like even if I didn't play it, if I just saw visuals of it, I got inspired somehow. Just my biggest thing is if somebody does something, I want to do it. I don't want to do it different, but I want to kind of if they got to a point where they were like, um, what happens if this event happens? I'm like, okay, what if that event happens and it gets worse? Like, what happens then?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
where
You
do you go
have
from
like an
there?
interesting storytelling
Mm,
that you have from seeing certain events
yeah,
happen. Yeah. You
yeah.
have like your own way of like
Interpretations.
interpretation.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
yeah.
like that. Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So outside of like that, kind of explain like how do you start like drafting your character? So you said you kind of went from like you used to draft like your games, you used to
Mhm.
come up with like different type of games that inspired you to create the portal. So now that you created the portal, like how do you create your characters outside of that? So like
So
how do you use that same process that you did as a kid now?
it's kind of the same. So just whether I'm talking to people, friends, family, people I just ran into like at the gas station, just like just different experiences. I usually take like I kind of think of it like as a puzzle piece. So like take a puzzle
Yeah.
piece here, there. Okay, it's never really like one specific. Like it got to be something like crazy for it to be like inspired off of one person. But usually it's like, oh dang, something happened with them, and then they told me this story, and then I was at the gas station, and this dude was like,
So you just
yeah,
kind of come up with stories based on like real life
yeah,
events, and
and then
so like
just sprinkling a little fiction here and there. I'm
yeah.
a lot of fiction because like them they got like weapons and stuff, but
So talk about them. So who
so
are these people?
every single one of them
Not you.
from
I mean, you
oh
don't have to go through every single one of them, but like I can see myself on there, and I know that you reached out to me, and we had no idea who me and you were
hmm
before this day. So kind of like explain like how did you create characters and how did you like reach out to them and like say like because when I read my character, I'm like, how did this person know me? Like, who is he talking to? You know, like, was
Yeah.
he like dished around? Because this sound a little too familiar. You know, so like, how did you develop your characters and like what inspired you to create
Mm.
these characters?
So I would say with these characters and then just any characters in general, it's usually it's usually like kind of like I said, just kind of picking pieces from different, just different stories and all that
Yeah,
from real life, fictional life, um, just reading stuff on social media, just people just posting stuff.
yeah.
But pretty much, what you say, each character or just
Just
your character, for
oh no,
example,
no, we don't have to go into like details like
or just
that,
in
or
general.
just like in general, like
Mm.
different designs. So like different outfits. Like my character,
Oh,
for example, has like different things to me that are personal. You know,
mhm.
so like knowing that I love the color blue, and
Oh, that's crazy.
you know, like certain
That's crazy.
things that describe a character, it could be totally different than that
Hmm.
person than what they are experiencing in real life, but it could be like the same, you know. So like I
Yeah.
was kind of seeing the different similarities between my character and me, and so I was like, you know, like
Hmm.
how did you create that? And like you said, you already,
Yeah,
you know,
so each character, what I usually do is come up with. I have to find a name first, and the name is that's probably the longest process because it,
is
it
a
has to
name. No, that is
it has to
hard
stick. Yeah.
because even when I'm writing my own scripts, it's like
Hmm.
I think about the whole thing, like the personality of a
Hmm.
person. You know, from is this person upset or is this person always
Yeah.
mad or what type of attitude that this person has? Like, and that
Mm.
is what helps me create what that person may look like on the outside.
Right.
And like, how does that person may feel about themselves? Like, I don't know, but that's kind of
Mm.
what my creative process is when I'm like writing my stories or like writing things down. Is like how like the personality of them. So I
Mm.
kind of seen like you. I had no
Mm.
idea who you were, so like that's
Yeah.
why I'm like this person is a really good what's it called somebody who's
Recruiter,
not recruiter,
headhunter.
yeah, headhunter, I don't know, director,
Oh, I know what you
analyzer. I can't think of
mean.
it. Like creator, because you, I don't know who you were. Like I didn't
Hmm.
know who you was, but my character resembles me
With that,
with
yeah.
that. Yeah,
It's crazy too because that's not like the first time that's happened. Like that's weird
yeah,
that
yeah,
it's
yeah.
trippy because I worked with let me see. So I work with somebody named Saint Marcus. So I had
Mm-hmm.
him voice for a character named Elliot. So
Elliot, okay.
Elliot. So I didn't know this. I did not know any of this prior, but I just started like I was like, all right, let me just research the name. So the story follows. It's called Decima. So it follows the story of like angels.
Decima, I seen that.
Yeah.
Decima of 2020.
Yep.
You posted that on YouTube as
Yeah.
well. So y'all go
Yeah.
check that out.
Yeah.
Decima of 2020. So just
Mhm.
explain what is Decima.
So it's like a story about it's like it's kind of like a reverse, I guess you could say reverse revelation. So like what would happen if the angels, the protectors were attacked, quote unquote, or kind of I don't want to say disbanded, but something I don't want to spoil the story, but something happens to them in the sense of they kind of okay, so for example, like Elliot, he loses hope. So he's able to like still do things, but he's hopeless, so he doesn't
Mm.
want to like do certain things. So kind of like backtracking with that, I had St. Marcus do the voice, all that. We got the first episode, well, he recorded everything, but we got the first episode out, and then I was like, all right, let me just look up Elliot. What does Elliot mean? So looked it up, and apparently it's an angel from I think it's Judaism. It's from I forgot what book exactly it was from, but it's
It's
not from
okay.
Christianity. It's from like a set like it's either Islamic or Judaism. So
Okay.
Elliot pretty much he represents I can't even think of it. Pretty much like his it's something to do with like um a protector, and he ended up becoming like hopeless or something like that. And so it was like that kind of tripped me out because it's like,
How do you
yeah, am
detect
I
their?
fortune? Like, is this like a fortune telling, or is this like I don't know. My eyes, I think sometimes the past talks to the
The
present.
present, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like a thing like
No,
that. So
you're telling the truth.
yeah,
That's it.
yeah. So I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy for things like that. And I mean, even with who else was on here? It's a couple other characters. Not just with this series, but in the same like universe where I've ran into that where people read the script and they're like, I felt this on a whole different level
Yeah.
because what you said with this character, I'm like, dang. But
But
yeah,
that to me shows me like just like the creative side of just like the ozone portal and
mm,
just the entire portal itself is like the creativity in it, because
mm,
each character has their own
y-
literally character,
yeah.
of themselves, and so that I love it. um so how did you get started with designing your characters, and like what how did that process look for you, kind of reaching out to your characters? Because just today this is our first time meeting
Mm.
one of your characters, so like just kind of explain that process.
So I usually, like I said, start with the name first, and then from there, I usually try and do like a color palette. That's why, like with this series, they all kind of have like a
Yes, and I
theme,
noticed that. I love
just
it.
to kind of distinguish them. I mean, even though you kind of got red and red, but that's like burgundy and red, but
Yeah,
and
it does.
blue and
It
blue.
looks
But
red and burgundy to me. So
yeah, so
yeah.
it's just to kind of like distinguish them. I'm like heavy in like color theory, so like each character is kind of based off of like colors in a sense. So like red is usually depicted as like prideful rage,
Hmm.
um, and Bashka at the top with the one that's squaring up. He's rageful.
Yeah.
He's prideful, and then same thing with Johnny. He's prideful as well. But yeah, just like little stuff like that. But
So color theory, kind of explain what
mm,
is color theory? Because
so,
I love it that you
mm,
brought this idea up, because I myself am obsessed with color theory and how that
mm,
looks. So how did that help you with your character? So my
mm.
character has a color blue. So how did that kind of help you create SB, like the character?
So she's the way I kind of used it for her and for Humira, the one in the center.
Yeah.
They both have blue, so they both kind of represent like leadership, and then also kind of taking initiative as far as like I don't know the exact word, but like they push forward
I love that.
versus like pink, for example, for Opaline. Pink is usually
I
made.
love Opaline's name. I love that. I love her name, Opaline. Okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
it's no, you good. So it's like, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I came up with her name just because like I thought of like the whole like circle thing that she makes,
Hmm.
like as an oval, so opal, oval.
Opaline,
So that's
yeah.
kind of where I got that from. But it's pink because she's the most creative out of all of them so far. Well, besides Seti, but she's um she's pink because pink represents creativity, and what you get at is like in the show she uses her powers like in a different way. So like for example, in an episode that's not gonna air yet, um, she turns the rings into metal. So versus like anybody else, they wouldn't think to
They.
do that. But
Mm.
she's creative, so she kind of goes crazy with that. So it's little things like that where I try and like incorporate. I go from the name, kind of like a reverse like tree. So you start with like the name, and then from there you kind of splinter off like qualities,
Hmm.
how are they connected with other characters, and then who I usually kind of do like who they like, who they dislike, and then like people in the neutral zone. Like people in the neutral, they usually, I
Have
usually,
is a neutral zone
mm,
similar to the name itself? So like
yeah, like it's
they
not
on
like
both sides, but
yeah,
not
it's not like I don't got beef with you, but it's like
we cool. But
yeah,
we cool, but I'm gonna let
yeah,
you just stay over there. So
yeah,
just be
yeah,
cool over there. Yeah, I
yeah,
got you.
yeah. So it's little things like that. But yeah. As far as creative wise though, I usually whenever I write the script, I try to envision like I don't want to say a specific voice, but I know like a specific tone. So I know like for example, I wanted what was the character like Seti for example. Like I wanted him to kind of be like I kind of based him off me in a sense just because like he just like he kind of goofy in a sense. Like sometimes like he'll just like some like
Is this Seti with the dreads?
yeah
Yeah,
with
yeah,
the
he
orange
with the
yeah
orange. Yeah,
yeah
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So like one of the things like in the first episode like Johnny pulls up on him and like he's like oh like that's something I would do like if it's
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
group of dudes like
Oh,
like yeah like we gonna figure this one out but
he has a kind of goofy voice, like goofy personality
with
in the portal too. Just saying a bunch of stuff that just like, all
mhm.
right, yeah. So
Yeah. Yes. Life imitate or art imitating life,
yeah, I love it.
just bouncing off of that. But yeah, as far as casting though, it's usually I usually go through like 10, 15 people before I find like one person. Like unless like I heard the voice and then I just start making them like, okay, I know I want them for that specific role. But yeah, like for your character, for example, I ran across so I know you had a couple scenes in the Brat short film,
Yes. Shout
and
out to
so
Ty. If they don't
a
know, yes.
shout out. So I was watching that and I was like, oh shoot, and I think yeah I connected with Sway, Soulful Sway off of that. So she
I love
connected.
Sway. Shout out to Sway too.
Yeah,
Shout
shout
out.
out. Hey, we got a song that we got to drop soon. I
Oh,
gotta
you,
I
you
gotta get
do
the legal.
music too?
I got
Okay, that's
no. Yeah, no, we could do that.
okay. We can do
Yeah,
that.
so
Okay.
the music, I don't do music myself. Like I can write, but I can't like I you never
Yeah,
gonna
but
see me in
you
the
do
booth.
music. It's
Yeah,
okay.
no. I'm the
Don't.
behind the scene. I'm like the who's somebody behind the scenes.
So you don't actually you write music, but you
Yeah,
don't sing or you don't write
yeah,
music,
no.
but you
Yeah,
make music.
yeah,
So say
yeah.
that
I'm
you a
like a
producer.
I'm a
Say
producer.
that.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
a
speak
producer,
it.
but not the
Speak it.
beats. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. He a
So
producer.
yeah,
Yeah.
so like the song that me and Sway got, for example, like it's I'm about to play it for you. That song is hard, but it was like that one was crazy because it was like an audio based story, and pretty much with that one, it was like the main characters in the concert. So I was like, what if I actually made a song for
About the
yeah?
concert.
And
Yes.
so I hit those Sway, and then she was like, bet. So then she even like she went above from what I was like, because I was just wanting something simple, but she went like crazy
Her
with it.
creativity was like just like, all
Crazy,
right,
yeah.
we going up.
For
Yeah.
real,
Yeah.
for real. Like I really want to drop it. I just gotta find like the right time. Like I don't want to. I don't. I'm big
Just
on like planning
you God
stuff.
timing is everything. So
Yeah,
like let it come. You
yeah,
you know when you're ready.
yeah,
Just say that. You know when
yeah.
you're ready. You
Going
ain't gotta
yeah,
let people pressure you to drop
yeah,
nothing.
yeah,
You know. So
yeah. I just wanna make sure it's right, like
and
the
it's
right
gonna be
time.
right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, I met her from there, and then we connected, and she voiced Soma and Decima, so one of the main characters, and then I think we worked on something else. I'm trying to
Soma and Decima. These names are just amazing. I'm sorry. They
no, you
are. I
good.
love SB and it's so crazy. Don't call me weird. I don't have kids yet. But I was like, dang, that must be a cute name. I don't
SB,
know. SB. It just
SB, yeah.
SB. It's just
It's
different. I don't know.
it's supposed to be short for Esperanza. So
Esperanza, yeah.
yeah, so her and
It
Johnny,
sounds like a queen to me. I'm sorry to
well,
keep cutting you off.
Esperanza,
Yeah.
Queen Esperanza.
Queen Esperanza.
I'm gonna have to write that down. I'm gonna use that for a character.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
Queen
like that.
Esperanza.
Queen Esperanza. Yeah.
I don't think I could. You see, that's one thing I don't like though. I don't like to repeat names unless they're like a
But
background character.
Esperanza would be you can I don't know if we can say this on here, but you can create your characters. You know how like people do spin-offs on
Yeah,
different shows, so you can use one of your characters to make a
like
spin-off from the Ozon portal into a new portal that you can kind of create
I'm glad you said
that
that.
will be similar
Something.
to the Ozon portal, but it will be much more on a larger scale. And this next
Mhm.
portal may be something that may be on not BET, but its own
On type of
network
network, yeah,
that's gonna be on TV. So that's
yeah, for
probably
sure,
coming soon
for sure. Hey,
because what we're doing in Kansas City, they have film and production and all these different
mhm,
things. So you're gonna be probably sending your script off to one of these networks that's gonna be
mhm.
on not PBS Kids. They working on some other different networks. So what is the Ozone portal and then how did you come up with the name?
So the Ozone Portal is a platform that is that's pretty much set up to use different types of media, whether it's videos, movies, TV shows, that's it, yeah, video games, movies, TV shows, audio, stories, just anything like that that you can kind of tell a story. Um, Kind of uses that to kind of tell one giant story in a sense, as far as different experiences and different things like that.
Okay. And what made you come up with the name? So like Ozone portal, like
So it's
take
like a it's kind of like a double. I always say it's like a double entendre. It's really like a bunch of stuff. It's really just two main things. So the first one is it's based off of the ozone layer. So the ozone layer, pretty much like with the Earth, we need that in order to breathe. So without it, can't breathe. So kind of put it like you need to experience ozone portal in order to
I love
like
that. Yeah, bring
understand.
them in the experience.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I love. Okay.
And then the um the other part, which is kind of the portal part, that's kind of something separate. But pretty much with that, it's kind of like the Wizard of Oz. So like Dorothy, kind of. I never read the books, but I'm just
Yeah,
assuming
yeah.
she
She
had to go
went
through
through
a portal.
something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so she had to go through a portal, and then the dude behind it all was Oz. So Oz, Ozone.
Ozone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
love that.
it's a little double entendre there. But yeah, that's pretty much that. Yeah, so what's next? Gonna continue pushing out content. I have 12 stories that I gotta release this year. I've only released I haven't released one full one yet, but yeah, I'm gonna get 12 out this year. That's my goal.
Okay.
Um, definitely gotta kill them with content. Gotta get
And
everybody gotta see it, see everything,
okay.
everything. Um, but yeah, I think that should be it.
Okay, so
So that's
your
just those three.
your your goal, I want to say, what's next is creating and putting out your content, and like you said, so the Ozone portal goes into Everstory. So that kind of tells us what is Everstory.
So Everstory is pretty much this massive story that I want to tell. It kind of takes place between multiple universes, so like a multiversal thing. Most stories they take place in their own little pocket area, but sometimes character can pop out from there to another universe or vice versa, and you kind of get like these interesting pieces. Um, but pretty much Ozone Portal, I want to get it to the point where I'm not only using it for my content, but for other people's content. And I don't want to necessarily kind of force people into a bubble by saying like
You
everything
gotta
that
be this way, or you gotta be that
yeah
way. You gotta be that way. You
yeah, like
want
if
it.
they have like a completely different idea, and I don't want to force people to kind of put their stuff into every story, but I know I want everything that I'm working on for sure. At least that I'm writing on my own to be in every story. So every story is just pretty much everything that I'm doing on my own from beginning to end, one giant story. But I
Yes.
do want to, if it's somebody like I don't know down the street that's like, hey, I want to make my own show, and I have the opportunity to help them, then they could use Ozone Portal as a gateway.
As a net way to do
Yeah,
that. That
yeah,
is pretty
yeah,
amazing.
yeah,
Yes,
for
I like
sure.
it. Okay,
Mhm.
so you told us a lot of cool things today about like every story, or not every story, the Ozone Portal, you, Euro. Make sure y'all go check out the Ozone Portal on YouTube as well. Kind of just go into telling us like what's next, what's about to happen after today's interview. Like, what are you about to do? Like, what's going on?
For sure, I'm gonna get these next couple episodes out for Toko Dory, the show that I had just
So stay
posted.
tuned.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Get on
crazy.
there.
It's gonna be crazy. So I need to finish the episodes on that and then get to casting for other shows. That's everything's already written for this year. I just gotta get it animated and then get people casted for it and trying to get. I'm not gonna say trying. I'm definitely gonna get
Yes,
12,
no trying.
12
Yes.
series out this year. That's my goal. I want to kind of flood the market with content. I feel like that's something I've been lacking on with the Ozone Portal. Is not it's enough content, but it's not enough to. I want to be something to where like somebody stumble across the page and they like, oh shoot, I got something I could binge for like
Hmm.
2 or 3 weeks or
And
something.
I feel like you do have that now,
Mhm,
like, and you just gonna keep putting that out there, because
mhm,
I got on your YouTube and I was like, wow, I didn't even know Ozone Portal has been a thing for almost 2 years. This is something
mhm,
that I didn't know about, so that
mhm.
brings people into the Ozone Portal, and I'm excited. I'm excited to see
Thank
what's
you,
next. I'm excited about the content, and I'm excited to even be a part of the Ozone Portal. So thank you.
thank you, thank
Yeah,
you.
yes, yes.
Appreciate it, appreciate it.
Um,
So that's
yeah.
it. That's it. Portal Talk episode 1. Hey.